Hello once again, my name is Clive Monomkundu, Zimbabwean guitarist and music producer, and welcome back again to another episode of the Monolio Re-Bik series.
In the Monolio Re-Bik series, Mono Mukundu takes a few classic Zimbabwean old school songs and adds his own production interpretation after removing all the instrumentation using the newest AI software. He also provides background information on the artist. In the process, he hopes to bring new audiences to the works of these artists and pay tribute to their memory.
Today I'm going to go back to an era that most young people might not be aware of. That's the rock era. You know how I always explain of how different music genres from outside our country dominated our music space is from 1930 when the music industry started in Zimbabwe. We started with genres like country music, jazz music, big band jazz, quartets, smanje manje, rock music, rumba music, and so forth and so forth. So every generation had its own dominant genre from beyond our borders. So the era that I'm going to deal with today is the 1970s. In that time, rock music was the in thing, and groups from the USA and the UK were dominating. Groups like the Beatles, Jimi Hendrix, the Rolling Stones, and so forth. So the group I'm going to be talking about today is a group by the name of Fargo. It was one of the top groups that time, together with groups like Eye of Liberty, Dr. Foot Switch, Manu Kambani was considered to be the Jimi Hendrix of Zimbabwe. A lot of other groups, they used to have their own big festivals, especially in Kwanzura Stadium here in Harare. So Fargo was formed late 1973, and the visionary was drummer and lead vocalist Eba Chitambo. When he was explaining his vision to Josie Ndlovu, is the one who advised him to take on board a young man by the name of Neva Mpofu. And Neva and Eba knew each other for a long time, and Eba said that he used to think that Neva was not serious. He used to come to his place to borrow the guitar until he saw him play, and then he saw that the guy was serious. That's how he roped him into the band. So Eba Chitambo says that he used to love country and western movies. They were the most popular type of movies that time, and he also used to read a lot of country and western novels, and he used to see a lot of coaches in those movies that were written Wells Fargo. That's how he fell in love with the name, and he named his band Wells Fargo. So the band was started late 1973, and they used to rehearse at McDonald's Hall in Mzilikazi in Bulawayo. The lineup was as follows: Eba Chitambo on drums and lead vocals, Neva Mpofu on bass, Handsome Mabiza on rhythm guitar, and George Piri, the one who replaced Josie Ndlovu, on lead guitar. So the band became busy from 1974. They toured around Bulawayo, around the country. They used to play in Harare, and they also used to play in Botswana a lot. Their biggest hit was a song called Watch Out, The Storm Is Coming.
Watch out! Big storm is coming. Just start a little lightning. You better hold on.
This song had very strong political lyrics. As a result, it got them in serious trouble with the police. When they tried to record the song, even the record label refused to record the song. They told them they have to tone down the lyrics because they were too political. So after toning down the lyrics, the song was released, and it was a very huge hit around the country. It got them a lot of shows because they were now popular. So that's the song that I'm going to work on today. In 1984, Eba Chitambo was the drummer and lead vocalist, lost his brother. He passed away, and as a result, he was faced with It is, you know, what we call the black tax, where especially if you are the older family member, you have to look after everybody. So because of the family responsibilities, he decided to quit the band. The band carried on for some time without him, and then some of the band members joined Southern Freeway, which was led by Steve Dyer, and that's where the road ended and the band disbanded. So today, the song that I'm going to re-Bik is the song Watch Out, the Storm is Coming, which was written by Eba Chitambo and Josin Lovu. According to Mdara Eba, Josin Lovu is the one who came up with the chord progression. Mdara Eba is the one who came up with the lyrics and the melodies for the vocals. And the song was complete. They rehearsed the song with the band and recorded. It was recorded in Harare at Shed Studios with Crispin Matema as the producer, Hilton Mambo is the engineer. So that's the song I'm going to work on today. That's the song I'm going to re-Bik. As explained by the intro, what I do is I use the latest artificial intelligence software and I remove all the instruments, and then I add my own instruments in my own production interpretation. So let's go to the music.
Yeah, when the clouds cry
that has sound. Be Monolio.